Now to a promise of action and change following a nearly year-long CBS 2 investigation of Chicago police raiding the wrong homes.
Innocent children like this little boy traumatized by guns pointed at them. CBS 2 investigator Dave Savini exposes 2 new cases along with what the mayor and inspector general vow to do.
Did anybody knock?
No.
They just came in?
First, they busted through the doors of his family's apartment, and then came the guns.
They had their finger on a trigger.
A lot of guns. Handguns and assault rifles like these.
So they were pointing the guns at your sisters?
Mm-hmm.
What were you thinking then?
I'm thinking maybe they were going to get shot.
8-year-old J.J. Jackson was playing in his room when Chicago police burst in. His 11-year-old sister, Talia, says guns were in their faces.
I was afraid and confused.
And tonight, a disturbing pattern continues as more families are accusing Chicago police of bad raids.
Chicago police search warrant!
Busting in homes and drawing weapons on innocent families.
How many of you had guns pointed at you?
Including Jolanda Blassingame's family.
And I felt scared for my life.
Her boys were playing video games while she was cooking dinner when she says police threw a flashbang grenade into her home.
How many of you were told to get down on the ground?
Police used the word of an unnamed informant who, according to the complaint for search warrant, said weekly heroin sales were being made by this man at the address where Blassingame and her kids lived.
They had an informant.
Yeah.
That's what they told you?
Yeah.
But we found the man police were looking for didn't even live there.
This is the person police were looking for.
Mm-hmm.
But no one's ever even seen this guy.
Nope. I knew they had the wrong apartment when they looked at each other crazy.
Dave.
Mayor Lori Lightfoot says these wrong raids have to stop immediately.
We can't have this.
And now is reacting to our 10-month CBS 2 investigation, exposing case after case of bad Chicago police raids happening at the homes of innocent people across the city.
Mayor, we've now had dozens of victims of wrong police raids.
Yeah.
Chicago police search warrant!
Police using bad information without properly investigating.
They live upstairs.
Then busting into the wrong homes.
He gave us the wrong apartment.
Wrong homes, wrong targets, and pointing guns at the wrong people, including kids, over and over again.
I thought they were going to shoot him.
Where did they point the gun at you?
I wanted to like right here.
Where did they point the rifle? How were they holding them?
Like this.
So we're going to dig down, look at these specific incidents, see what we can learn from them, and try to, as best we can, not to repeat those kinds of mistakes.
Like when 8-year-old Royal Wilson's family showed us how they were walked out at gunpoint and how the 3rd grader was handcuffed for 30 minutes.
I was just scared. My legs were shaking.
Every one of these incidents is an aggravator and a perpetuator of this mistrust that exists.
Chicago Inspector General Joe Ferguson knows he has a lot of work to do to fix this.
A number of the things that you've brought to us have prompted us to start to look at aspects of this.
One aspect we put a spotlight on is the trauma to innocent kids. The IG has now launched a full-scale investigation into the methods Chicago police are using to obtain and execute search warrants.
They use a bar and they knock it open.
So police did this?
Yes.
Crystal Archie says her son JJ and her daughters now fear the police.
The first raid was probably the worst.
You heard that right. The first raid was the worst.
How many times was your home invaded?
3 times. 3 times.
She says all 3 raids and warrants were for people she never even heard of.
Each time, the warrant was for nobody in your house?
Each time.
The warrants named suspected drug dealers known as Peanut and Lord T.
We don't have names in our home like
Lord
T and
Peanut
at all.
All 3 raids happened during the last 6 months, and while no one in her home was ever arrested, she says they were left with a threat of even more raids to come.
These officers told the children that they would be back.
Every single one of these raid situations is a form of imposition of trauma by the government on citizens of the city.
Relax, guys.
The CBS 2 investigators have been wanting to tell you how often something as traumatic as this actually happens to Chicago families. And we've been battling Chicago police for nearly a year to get records released.
So you raised this issue with me a couple weeks back, and the very next day, I raised it with the superintendent and his leadership team.
But Chicago police top brass don't want you to have that information. So we went to the Illinois Attorney General's office, which forced CPD to release at least a small sliver of data. So what did the police eventually turn over? Only a fraction of search warrant records, full of holes with thousands of warrants missing. CPD gave us information on just 2,708 search warrants since 2016. Yet we've uncovered there were more than 11,000 CPD warrants signed off on by the Cook County State's Attorney's Office during that time frame. So why isn't CPD releasing the other 8,000 plus warrants? They refuse to explain.
You raised the question of FOIA. I'm all about it. I don't want people to have to hire lawyers, sue the city to get access to basic information.
The 2,708 search warrant records CPD did turn over raises yet another question. They showed just 42 arrests. That means more than 98% of the time, no one was arrested.
We have the right and the authority to have access to all the records of the police department.
Chicago's Inspector General says he plans on using his authority to get the records CPD has refused to release to us and to get to the truth.
We should make sure that there is tracking and accountability.
Do you believe we've uncovered troubling information?
You've absolutely uncovered a sufficient number of situations that have resulted in really bad outcomes.
So it was the wrong apartment?
Yeah.
But wait until you hear just how wrong they got it. Remember when we told you about the raid on the Blassingame family and how the target police were looking for didn't even live there?
They didn't investigate right. They didn't do anything right.
We found his name is Derek Bell. And if the police would have checked their own criminal database, they would have discovered what we uncovered in minutes. At the time of the raid, Bell was actually 200 miles away and had been for years, serving time in a downstate prison for murder.
The informant told them that he'd been buying heroin out of the second floor apartment for 2 months from a guy named Ace, Derek Bell.
And then nobody studied but me and my boys.
Again, no arrests were made, and her boys were all traumatized in the process with guns pointed at them.
It's something I won't forget.
What it does when we make mistakes, and particularly when we make mistakes in the way in which we deal with our children, that leaves an indelible scar that is very, very difficult to repair.
What are you thinking right now?
That they may come back.
For 10 months, we've been requesting an interview with Police Superintendent Eddie Johnson. He has refused every request. The Inspector General says it could take a year to fully audit the police department's search warrant practices. Tomorrow, attorney Al Hofeld Jr. is filing a federal lawsuit against CPD on behalf of the Archie family. Police have refused to turn over records involving both of these raids, and also they've refused to turn over body camera footage, too, involving those raids. Brad and Erica. It just keeps happening. We keep getting more families coming forward. We encourage people who have information that have been raided wrongly to call us.
Yeah, I have about a half dozen questions for you, but we know you will continue to follow it.
You got it.
Thank you, Dave.
Thank you.